We will see the lectures on the volume strength of H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxides. So hydrogen peroxide is measured in two type of concentration of the solution, two type of concentration. So in terms of, we are measuring in terms of percentage and in terms of volume. So by volume, by percentage. So in terms of percentage, amount of H2O2 hydrogen peroxide present in 100 ml of hydrogen peroxide in terms of percentage. This we know already, that is gram per liter, that we have discussed. But in terms of volume, we write hydrogen peroxide as X volume. What is the meaning of X volume? So X volume is actually X liter of oxygen is liberated by 1 liter of hydrogen peroxide at STP. Means if you take 1 liter of hydrogen peroxide, so this will give you X liter of oxygen. Okay, if you take 1 ml of H2O2, it will give you X ml of oxygen. So X ml of oxygen, it will give you 1 ml of H2O2 solution at STP. So this is the basically meaning of X volume. So let us see how what is the significance of this by volume. So H2O2, and you heat it, it will decompose into oxygen. So 2 moles of oxygen giving 1 mole of oxygen. Oxygen can be written in terms of volume also. So here total molar mass of the hydrogen peroxide is 2 into 34, that is 68 gram. They are giving 22.4 liter at STP. Now we can write in terms of that 24.4 liter of oxygen is given by 68 gram of hydrogen peroxide. 22.4 liter, they are giving 68. So if you take X liter, so they will give you how much? 68 by 22.4 into X gram of hydrogen peroxide. So this will be 17 divided by 5.x into X. So this means X liter oxygen given by 60. This is 68. Same thing is there. 17 by 5.x, and this is nothing but the strength, that is S gram per liter. Strength, that is nothing but strength. So strength is 17 upon 5.6 into X. So this is our strength. Okay. Now if you recall, what is normality in terms of strength? So normality equal to strength by equivalent weight. So here equivalent weight is for what? We are taking hydrogen peroxide. So this is the equivalent weight of hydrogen peroxide. So first you write the strength 17x by 5.6 and multiplied by 1 by 34 into 2. So it will give you x by 5.5. So our formula becomes x. So this x is nothing but the volume strength. And this is the normality, and normality into this is 17, 77 cancels, it equals 5%. So this is our formula. So volume strength equals the normality into formula. So we have some more formulas. Percentage strength. So percentage strength we discussed, that is the amount of hydrogen peroxide present in 100 ml solution. So strength is same, 17 by 5.6. This is liter, so we have to convert it to ml. Both should be in gram. So ml means you multiply by 1000, so it becomes 20 by 5600 ml. Or percentage, if you want to take percentage, multiply by 100, so it becomes 20 by 56 into x. So this is give you percentage of strength. 17 by 56 into x is the percentage strength. And volume strength, so volume strength in terms of molarity, this will be to 11.2 into molarity. So instead of this normality, so normality nothing but the molarity into n factor. So n factor of H2O2 is 2. Okay, so write here molarity and multiply 11 by 2. So this is your liter. So you keep in mind this is our liter. 11.2 liter multiplied by molarity. So some questions similar to this is often asked. Convert 20 volume of H2O2 into a percentage strength, that is percentage strength is equal to 17 upon 56 multiplied by x, and this is equal to 17 by 56 into 20. So if you solve it, this becomes 6.07%. So directly use this formula and solve it. This is not a difficult question, very easy questions. They can ask you 10 volume, 50 volume, 100 volume. You can convert whatever volume they will give into the percentage strength using this formula, direct this formula. Similarly, conversely, if you say 6.8% strength of H2 into volume strength, so very simple. Percentage strength equal to 17 by 56 into x. Okay, so here percentage strength they have given. So x we can write here 56 into percentage strength by 17. So write directly 6.8%. You will get a 22.4 ml. So here you will get ml, not liter. Liter means here we have liters. This is liter. This is liter. So all the liter, but in the strength it will be your ml. So keep in mind these small things. Percentage of second point is percentage of free SO3 in oleum. So free sulfur trioxide in oleum. What is oleum? Oleum is actually it is a oil like or fuming sulfuric acid in air. So when you take this oleum, sulfuric acid की तरह it is just like a sulfuric acid, or it fumes. some vapor will come out from this oil, just like if you heat any oil, how vapors is coming out. So similarly, it some vapors comes out when you open it. So it is highly concentrated acids, okay, in which SO3 is dissolved in H2SO4. So this SO3 is dissolved. These are not reacted, it is dissolved. Okay, why we are using this oleum? Actually, oleum is the method to transport the H2SO4 in different places in a bulk form. We can make H2SO4 in a bulk form by concentrating SO3 in H2SO4. This is a way of transportation. Okay, convenient way of making H2SO4. So SO3 do not react with H2SO4, rather it will dissolve like a if you take sugar in water, it will dissolve. Similarly, SO3 will dissolve in the H2SO4. Reaction will not take place. So formula of H2 oleum will become H2H2O7. So in commercially we are using 118% oleum. 180% oleum. It is labeled in H2SO4. If you take any bottles there in H2SO4, they will write 180%. Means this is the oleum. What is the meaning of 180%? 118% means 100 gram is H2SO4. From that bottle, 100 gram H2SO4, and you have to add. What add? 18 gram of water in that 100 gram of this one, 100 gram of H2SO4. So that will give you react with the remaining free sulfuric acid present in the oleum. So then you will get total 118 gram of H2SO4. Okay, so here we have to 18 gram for 180%, and in this will get total 118 gram. So this is actually 118 gram of H2SO4, but 18 gram is nothing, but you have to add that water that will react with the dissolves SO3 into the oleum, and they will give you total 118 gram. How they will react it? So let us see. Let me understand through an examples. So here, how to find percentage free SO3? So we know water will react with the free SO3 and they will convert it to H2SO4. Okay, so SO3 is molar mass 80 gram, and molar mass of H2 80. So they will react and they will give you 98 gram of H2SO4. So here 1 mole, here 1 mole. Okay, so this is 1 mole. So already we have seen that in a 118%. So this is 18 gram. We have to add it. So for 18 gram we require 80 gram of sulfur SO3. Okay, so 18 gram is 1 mole. So now we have to find the weight of SO3. So weight of SO3 again 1 mole. See, this is 1 mole water. So for 1 mole water we require 1 mole of SO3. So 1 mole into 80 grams, it will give weight of the SO3. So what is the percent of SO3? Percent of SO3 will be weight by 100 into 100. It will be 80%. This means 80% of SO3 is present in 118% of level H2SO4. So 80% of SO3 is free SO3 is present there, which will react with SO3 and do convert into H2SO4, that is 118 grams. Now next our topic is hardness of water. Hardness of water. What is hardness of water? So hardness of water is actually degree of hardness. First you understand what is degree of hardness. This is a number of parts by weight of calcium carbonate present per million parts by weight of water. So this is the definition, in which number of parts by calcium carbonate by weight, so present in per million. So in our 10 to the power 6 parts, whatever part by weight of calcium carbonate present is called is degree of hardness. Okay, so it is expressed in actually ppm. Ppm is 1 ppm. Suppose 1 ppm. So 1 part of calcium carbonate by weight is present to 10 to the power 6 part of hard water. So in terms of calcium carbonate we are measuring. We can take anything, okay, but we have to measure in terms of calcium carbonate. Why we are taking calcium carbonate? Calcium carbonate is very easy to calculate the hardness. So you take anything like magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate. So they take that moles of magnesium sulfate and convert into in terms of calcium carbonate by multiplying 100. So we will get here calcium carbonate. So whatever the salt present in the water, we are converting into the first moles, then that moles is converted into calcium, weight of calcium carbonate. So it is written as a mathematically hardness of water is weight of calcium carbonate divided by weight of water into 10 to the power 6 ppm. So this is nothing but the ppm is the pure ratio weight of calcium carbonate divided by weight of the water. Why water become hard? So water hardness means hard water means they cannot form easily with soap. So with soap they cannot form easily, they cannot make leather easily. If you use soap in large quantities, then it will be maximally wasted to precipitate the these salts present in the hard water. how hardness is caused in the caused in the hard water. So actually hardness is two types. One is temporary hardness and second is permanent hardness. So temporary hardness is caused with the help of bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. When magnesium carbonate, calcium carbonate is present in the water, that is a temporary hardness. But same when calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, calcium nitrate, or magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate, magnesium nitrate is present in the water, that is a permanent hardness. So it is very it is a problematic. So these two hardness, we will see how to convert this hardness in a soft water, because this is very harmful. So what are the disadvantages of using this hard water? So disadvantage of hard water is, so if you use washing, suppose washing, so if you use washing, they will form insoluble precipitate. Suppose if iron salts also present, so they will leave a stain on the clothes. So again cloth become very dirty. Second, if you bath with that hard water, so what will happen? Our skin become dry. So there is dryness occurs in our skins. So this is not good for bathing also. Now suppose if you drink it, so if you drink it, it will ill effects on our digestive systems. It forms a calcium oxalate in kidney. Means you will get a kidney stone in the hard water. Cooking, so cooking during cooking, it will sticks on the walls of vessels and elevate the boiling point of water. So this insoluble carbonates are the bad conductor of heat, so they will not allow the heat will pass from the walls of the vessels, and it will take too much heat to too much time to boil the substance. So these are some demerits. So we don't want hard water at all, so we want soft water. How to make soft water? So hardness can be removed by, we can use this. These are some treatment. So one treatment is washing soda, slaked lime, permuted. These are treatment. So washing soda, sodium carbonate. So calcium carbonate plus sodium carbonate, if you boil it, on boiling what will happen? Calcium carbonate will be converted to NaCl. Okay, calcium carbonate is converted to NaCl. So this is your permanent hardness, not this one, is wrong. So this is a permanent calcium chloride. Chloride of calcium is the permanent hardness. So by boiling we can remove it. But in slaked lime, calcium bicarbonate, calcium hydroxide. So here you boil it, what will happen? They will convert it to calcium carbonate plus water. Okay, so this is the, sometimes normally questions are asked on this. So we have to keep remember this reactions very well. Permuted, another method, it is called as sodium aluminum orthosilicate or sodium zeolite. So this is the sodium aluminum orthosilicate. This is the formula, you can write here Z. So calcium chloride react with the sodium zeolite, it will give you calcium zeolite plus 2 NaCl. So again calcium zeolite is form a precipitate. Okay, this for precipitate, they form precipitate, they form precipitate, but this is not for precipitate. Chloride, sulfate, nitrate, all are soluble in water. Okay, but they form precipitate. Next is calcium sodium hexametaphosphate. So this is calcium, take anything, chloride, sulfate, nitrate, so they will react with the sodium hexametaphosphate, and here sodium is there, so you will get here, this is your precipitate. So just separate it out, then we will get here soft. So in this way we are removing the what? Hard salt from the hard water. Now let us see one problem. 1 liter sample of hard water contains 1 milligram of calcium chloride, 1 milligram of calcium magnesium chloride. So find the total hardness of water in terms of calcium carbonate per 10⁻⁶ parts of water by weight. So we have two salts, one is calcium chloride, one is magnesium chloride, and weight is given 1 milligram, here weight is given 1 milligram. So total moles will be here, so millimoles of calcium chloride plus millimoles of magnesium chloride. So it is weight is given 1, so 1 by 95 plus 1 by 100 mm. So these are the molar mass of calcium chloride and magnesium chloride. So this is the calcium chloride, this is the magnesium chloride. So if you solve it, you will get here 206 divided by 111 into 95. So this is the millimoles of these two salts. So total moles will be how much? Total moles will be 206 divided by this into 10⁻3. Now we have to convert into moles of calcium carbonate. So this is equal to moles of calcium carbonate. So again moles of calcium carbonate into 100. And now hardness of water is weight of calcium carbonate by volume of water. So volume water, not volume, this will be weight of the water. It will be weight of water. So it will be your weight of water. So here weight of calcium carbonate, so moles of calcium carbonate, write the first moles multiplied by 100, so into weight of water is, so they have given here volume water means here you can write here 10⁻3 into 1, So this is the volume, this is the density. So again multiply by 10 power 6. So you will get here this value 1.953. So 1.93, so this is actually measured in ppm. Okay, so 1.953 is the nothing ppm of hardness water, means 1.953 part of this manganese salt of calcium chloride, magnesium chloride is present in 10 to the power 6 part of water by weight. So to solve these problems, already we have posted some solved numericals on ppms, H2O2. So please, and percentage leveling curve only in the problem section. So please go through that problem sections to understand more numericals based on this. So I am not writing too much problem on this. We can go through that problem sections. Thank you.